This is the Cool Photo Tools Podcast, episode number 64, April 25th, 2016.
Are you sick of trying to learn all the new photo software? Are you tired of hearing about the next big thing in photography? Well, neither are we. Welcome to Cool Photo Tools with Jay Biersdorf and Rhonda Spencer.
Today's sponsor is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/coolphototools. Good morning, cool heads, and welcome to another exciting episode of Cool Photo Tools. And in the studio this morning, Rhonda Spencer.
I'm excited. I'm there.
Well, you don't sound excited.
I'm here.
Okay.
Ta-da!
All right, fine.
Okay.
So Rhonda's here, and
I'm here.
that's all we can expect from her today. So don't anybody come up with anything else, because Rhonda's like, okay, I'm here. That's it. Okay. I haven't had my coffee yet, so don't try to make me smile or laugh.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
It's all good.
Fine.
Okay.
All right. So we could just jump right into the photo stuff because we haven't been moving very fast.
I know.
The last couple episodes, we just there's so many interesting things, and we just haven't found them. But one thing that I know that you were wanted to talk about, but I'll just go ahead and put this on my monitor anyway, and then you can talk a little bit more about it. Our friends at Petapixel a few weeks ago had an article about critiques, essentially about why great photo comments will ruin your photography. And specifically, they are referring to, when you put your picture up on Flickr or some of the other photo sharing sites, or even Facebook, and people are like, oh man, that's a great, it's mostly the photo sharing sites. I'm thinking Flickr, Pixoto, there's a couple other ones. They're like, people who don't know you will go, oh, that's a wonderful photo. Oh, that's a great shot. Yeah. And you're thinking, damn, I'm pretty good. Because look at these people who don't even know me, and they're saying what a wonderful image that is that I took.
I am a professional.
So there you go, Rhonda.
Here comes our hate stuff.
There's your lead in.
Yeah, this goes into our
I
hate
saw that
stuff.
you mentioned this, so go ahead and let's have it. What do you want to talk about here?
Well, it is. It's a tough thing, because if you think you're too good, you'll never learn. That's basically what it is. I always say the first steps of learning photography is first you take photos and you think you're amazing and that they're wonderful and everybody loves them. And then the longer you go, the more you realize that your photos look like, I want to say CRAP, but just junk. And when you start getting to that point, I think is the beginning of learning. If you continually think that your photos are amazing, you never learn. I still look at my stuff and I think, blah, and people will say, oh, well, you get published, you have this, you have that. Yeah, but I look, and a lot of times I'm still looking like, blah, not that great. It's just an image.
So you're saying that people on these photo sharing sites are just being courteous, and it's kind of like a friendly pat on the back. But the people that, if you're looking to improve as a photographer, you're not actually getting any real help here.
Right.
So, and I think, for me at least, if I'm trying to make some improvements in my technique, then I'll be wanting to, I'll want somebody that I respect, that I know has the skill. I want my pictures to look more like them, and I would want them to give me advice. And to
be honest.
Yeah, and that's called a critique.
Yes.
Unlike, critiques, I've heard that is a French word for disembowelment. No.
Kind of an example, working with the Desert Museum and working with their graphics department.
You're speaking about the Arizona-Sonora Desert Museum in Tucson, Arizona.
And working with their graphics department. I worked for a lot of years with a gal, I won't say her name, but people used to say that she was mean and that she was rough. but she wasn't. She was honest.
So she wouldn't pat you on the back and go,
No,
what a great photo.
no.
Even when it wasn't.
She would look for specific type of imagery. And if you gave her something that was sub-imagery, she didn't mince her words. She told you it was. And with that, you learned. You know, you couldn't be thin-skinned. You couldn't walk away hurt. You had to look and say, okay, this is what you're looking for. This is what I'm going to try to produce. If you got your feelings hurt, you would walk away and say she was mean. When she wasn't. She was just good. She was good at her job.
So these type of websites, the point of this is that you're not going to get really that kind of help that you want there. And a lot of people, you know, I get asked to critique my students occasionally. Mostly I don't. Mostly they don't want to know, you know, which is okay. You know, but if somebody's really sincere about it, I will, you know, offer to critique their stuff. And you have to be in the right mindset because it is
sometimes brutal.
It does hurt your feelings, you know,
Yeah.
especially when there's something that you learn early on is that if you take something, you photograph an image, and then you work on it in Photoshop for 8 hours, and you're thinking, wow, you know, man, I really put the hours in on this. And then somebody knowledgeable critiques it and goes, you know, this isn't good. You're like, what are you talking about? I put the hours in on this. And it's not really related. You know, I mean, it doesn't matter how much time you spend on an image, it still doesn't necessarily make it good. So,
Well, and I've even found that because a lot of times I do photo editing for certain advertising that comes out of California where they have me do Photoshop on women. I can't say anything more, is that they want them thinner, they want their ears smaller, they want their hair poofier. And I have to really listen because there's times that I will do an edit that I'm thinking that I'm going the direction that they're wanting. And then I get the phone call back and it's like, no, that's not what it is. That's not what we want. No. I may have put a couple hours into it. I could have my feelings really hurt. It's like, no, I have to stop and listen. You know, what am I supposed to be doing then? Same thing is that you have to be able to listen to what someone's telling you and maybe learn from it. It's not easy. And when you were talking about critiquing people's photos, you're right. I find it easier if I'm going to critique something to take someone else's photo that I see that has the same flaw and show them someone else's photo and say, this is what is wrong with this image, and not point their photo out. And hopefully that they can kind of put the two together and say, oh, I see that.
the biggest thing that I see with critique, the way people do it, you know, even people that know better, people that have received critique, and there's, you know, some people wear this like a badge of courage, you know, like, yeah, I had this, I worked for this newspaper back in the 50s, and I had this photo editor that taught me stuff, and I worked all day on this picture, and I printed it out, and then he tore it up and threw it in a million pieces, and poured Elmer's glue on my head, you know, it's like, and I really learned from that. And I'm like, no, wait a minute, you know, just because somebody is rude and snarky with you over your images, that's not a learning environment.
No.
I think if somebody is critiquing your images that wants to help you, they will tell you what you could have done to make that image better, or the things that you've missed, not just give you a deceitful, angry comment.
Yes.
You know, how does that help?
Yeah.
You know, just because you get emotional and tell me what a steaming pile of whatever that is, you know, that isn't helpful to a student.
No.
And it is hurtful. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm really careful about when I critique. I have to be asked, and they have to realize what's going to happen. And
I like the one thing that you said the one time is that if someone's going to critique your work, you don't want to necessarily show them the best image that you've made, because that's not going to show your faults.
yeah, if you've got an image that you know it's good, it's smoking good.
Yeah.
Don't take that to a critique. You know, you already know that one's good. You know, so and then you put the critiquer, is that a word? The critiquer on the spot, because you're showing them that, and really what you want is just
You're just wanting praise.
Yeah, that's good. You know, I mean, and the critiquer is trying to make you better. No matter how good that image was, they are trying to help you improve. So they're going to find minuscule details in it to try to to fine tune your ability. So
And then you're going to get your
yeah.
feelings really hurt because you're
Yeah.
going to go, oh, I knew that was a really great image and you just tore it apart.
yeah, no, you want to take the ones that
you know something's wrong.
You know something, but you don't know what. You know,
Right.
like what did I do wrong here? I don't get this one. That's probably going to be more useful to you. Well, let's move along here. And there's something on YouTube here. Speaking of critique, and you know that Rhonda won the Arizona Wildlife Views calendar for 2016, where her exciting and inspiring image of leopard frogs hopping around in water at the Desert Museum beat out multi-thousands of people that also entered the contest.
A couple thousand at least.
At least a couple thousand. And so they did a video of you, and this has been a while back. This was, I don't know, a few months ago.
Yeah. And it's going to be later on in the season on Arizona Wildlife Views, the television show.
Ooh, there's a television show.
Yeah.
So, so this is, take your last look at Rhonda, because when she's famous on a television show, she won't be coming back to Cool Photo Tools. It'll be,
I'm always here. This is my seat. Who else would he put in this chair? But I think they're going to more use it to do it for promo for when the calendar gets ready to go into next year, for people to look and say, oh, yeah, I'd like to join in and submit photos.
We're gonna look at a little bit of this while you talk. I'll just run this.
Okay.
Where is it here?
I don't know.
There. Okay.
There it is.
And I'm just going to start in at about a minute 26 seconds
Yeah.
because that's where they start talking to you.
Yeah.
And we'll
There's
see this.
actual sound that goes to this.
And
Believe it or
we'll
not.
link to this in the show notes so you can see.
It was a fun day
Rhonda
walking
going,
around.
I wish I was a good photographer.
I would say, I wish I'm Jay. I wish I was Jay Piersdorf and I could take great pictures here. I wouldn't be just sitting here looking through this big lens.
Yeah, right. and so anyway, we'll link to this, and you can hear this whole thing with sound.
They did a really nice job of presenting how much work goes into making this calendar. That's what this whole video is about.
Run, Rhonda, there's a coyote behind you. Oh no, that was at the museum.
That was very funny to have those coyotes because they just happened to come up standing behind me while we were sitting and doing the filming. So yeah. Oh, sorry. Somebody just messaged me. I thought I had my phone off. Oh, okay. Sorry. I will turn this off.
It was
now.
Arizona Game and Fish. Like, we need more frog pictures.
Okay, I'm turning down the sound here.
Yeah, and so here it is showing how the calendar was made, and the presses are running.
Actually,
And
like
this is showing Rhonda strolling around the museum with her big camera lenses.
With my big camera lenses,
and
that's
smiling and laughing. Like, I thought this was going to be a really big cash prize, and I've already spent it.
Hey, it was fun. It was more fun because that the gentleman who was doing the filming hadn't been to the museum since he was a child. So he was so amazed.
And he was like, wow, anybody could get good pictures here.
And, it's the
no
truth.
wonder you won.
It is the truth. Anyone can get good pictures at the Arizona-Sonora Desert Museum because we have a lot of things that you can shoot.
That's true, with your camera.
With your camera. Yeah, not shoot. Not shoot. Sorry. No.
Well, it's acceptable. That's not politically incorrect to say, shooting with your camera. Everybody knows that's just you're getting an image. It's fine. Yeah, so we don't need to be that sensitive. We can say it.
All right.
So do you have something on your list here?
I shoot people on shouldn't be, no.
Well, as long as there's a big enough camera, to on there as well to communicate the message, that you see what you're talking about.
Okay, so all right, so let's see, what do I have?
Well, I don't know. It's been pretty much the Rhonda show all morning here. So
I'm sorry.
I'm glad I showed up today because you probably could have just done that without me. So.
Well, next week, Jay, we'll put you on. There's something.
No, I'm fine.
Come on.
I'm over it.
Okay, so this is a new monopod that I thought was very interesting. This is a Vanguard. And,
You don't have a monopod already?
I do have a monopod.
How many do you need?
I don't have a monopod like this, so that has feet.
Oh, this is a monopod with feet.
This has, yes.
When you flip those feet out, it makes it into a really shaky tripod.
No, it doesn't it makes it into, it has,
Hope the wind isn't blowing.
See, ball, joint, tilt, action for smooth panning.
Oh, so maybe this would be better for video.
Well, I think it'd be good for anything.
Well,
if you use a monopod, which occasionally I have to.
So this would be a monopod where sometimes you need it to stand up by itself.
Right.
And
multifunction
you're not
for
concerned
video,
with
photo,
huge stability. And in certain places.
Walking stick. There you go. Which that's what a lot of us use our monopods for. Is walking sticks.
Yeah. As we get older, that's pretty
it.
much, we got 2 monopods and we forget to bring the camera.
That's it.
Just dragging the monopods around.
And I thought it was very cool. Very nice.
This is made by Vanguard.
Vanguard.
What was the model number of that? The VEO AM-264TR.
That's right.
Where can we get these?
You can get these at B&H.
Okay. What do they cost?
Let me go back to
see how
I
if I ask enough questions,
I
I'm
have
going to
it on
stump
my
her.
notes. Hold on. Just don't flip off of my notes. I mean, do flip off of my notes. Give me a second. Let me look.
You know, I've showed you how to do those notes where you put bookmarks in Chrome.
I know.
I'll show you again after the show.
I know. I'm an old school person. What can I say?
Anyway.
I know it wasn't that horribly expensive.
Probably about $150
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, typically with those.
Within what
those
it
are
is.
worth.
Where did I put it? I lost him. Vanguard. It is, $99.
Oh, $99.
Yeah, which is not
Okay,
bad.
yeah, 99. That's a good price for
That's a
that.
good price.
If you're looking for a monopod with feet, the Vanguard looks like they got you covered.
Well, it is handy to have a monopod with feet sometimes.
It is, and that's what what they discovered back in the days of King Tut. I was just trying to make a transition there. It just didn't work, did it?
I know. I'm sitting here going, okay. What
So
were they using
here's the
monopods for?
No, well, they weren't. But they wish they had one like that back in that day.
I bet.
So they could have taken some color pictures.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when they discovered King Tut's tomb, back in the 20s, I believe it was, they only had black and white photography was really the only thing of practical use. And since the artifacts and things that were discovered in King Tut's tomb we still have them, and we have them in museums. They have gone back and colorized some of the original photos that Howard Carter used when he took pictures of when he discovered the King Tut's tomb. So the LA Times here has an article, and here we'll link to this in the show notes. But just I want to show you some of these because they've got a website where they've got
That's cool.
You can drag the slider back and forth. You can see what the original black and white image looked like, and then you can drag the slider and see how they've colorized it.
How many hours went into that?
Yeah, that's because some of the details, were very specific details. Were you could resolve in a black and white image of that quality, but it's sometimes color.
Oh my goodness.
Color, means especially to younger people. I think they think color is not as intriguing, and especially in a case like this, where this is not like where we had no idea what the color was to begin with. We know very well what the colors were at the time because we still own those objects. So because of that. Historically, it's pretty neat. You can look at some of those things and we can. It's more of a feeling like, hey, this is what it looked like, and you were there. So, I thought that was pretty fun.
It is.
Yeah. All right, Rhonda, what you got? Anything coming up next there?
The PhaseOne software.
PhaseOne.
PhaseOne Capture
These are those crazy guys that make the camera that's $1 million.
That's it. But they do make great software.
Well, it's not $1 million, but
it's a lot.
50,000 or something like that.
It
They
is.
make a huge megapixel digital camera.
Yes.
And they also make software.
They make software, and they make good software. Quite competitive with Adobe software. The newest thing that they've done with their software, that's what's new in Capture One, is one, it's fast. So they've done several workflow accelerators on it so that it works a lot quicker on your computer. Nothing's worse than, as we see, sitting and waiting for something to go through. And then they did a bunch of color editing tools.
So do you buy this program outright, or do you subscribe to it?
No, you buy this program outright.
Okay, so this is down your alley then, because you are one of those that don't like to subscribe.
Exactly. But they've done a lot with using their skin tones. It looks a lot like Adobe on how it runs.
Adobe has kind of set the standard for sliders and backgrounds and the tools. So I think everybody kind of looks Adobe-ish on how their stuff is laid out these days. How much does this cost you? I always catch Rhonda on that one.
It's actually, I just downloaded it free.
They have a trial.
They have a trial.
But you won't keep working until you pay.
Well, yeah, you get it for 30 days. Let's go to their store. Hold on.
So Have you found on this one, could you replace Photoshop? Can you do compositing?
You
with
can do all
this?
sorts of stuff with it. Yeah.
You can do compositing.
Yeah, you can
It's
do
not just like
compositing.
Lightroom
No,
where you can't do
it's
it.
not just like Lightroom. It is the full deal. I'm thinking that it's around a. Okay. come
Rhonda
back.
doesn't know. We're gonna put that in the show
look,
notes.
yeah, I know it's within.
Like Jay never asked me the price of stuff.
It's within use that. You would,
Okay, it's all right. We'll put it later. I mean, it's on their website. This is Capture One
all right,
Pro.
I found it. Never mind. See, I
9.1.
have it in my
no,
notes.
we don't want to know now.
Yes, you
No,
do.
We don't want to know.
Well,
Just
you get
don't
to
say
know
it.
anyway.
Don't
Are you
say
ready?
it. All right.
It's $2.99.
$2.99.
Yeah, $2.99.
No.
$299.
Okay. Ouch.
Which, well, you
They're
say,
not giving
ouch.
that away.
Photoshop, they don't give away.
Yeah, $10 a month.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Forever and ever.
As long as you want to keep using it.
And
Yeah.
ever and ever. Yes, exactly.
All right.
But like I said, $2.99. Figure when you used to buy the Photoshop programs, unless you were doing an upgrade. If you did the original Photoshop, it was like $6.50.
Okay.
So $2.99 is not bad, and it does, like I said, all sorts of stuff.
And now this just in from the Daily Mail. Seriously, the Daily Mail.
Daily Mail. Okay.
Yeah, this is the across the pond website and news source, and they are talking. This article is be careful what you wish for, because there are designer trolls on the
What?
internet. Yeah, they're designer trolls. Social media users. They ask people, hey, could you edit this for me? Could you do a little Photoshop on this? And a lot of people go, oh yeah, sure. But it's been kind of fun of late for the designer trolls to take your request very literally, and then and make some kind of fun images. So we can look here from the Daily Mail. It says, please make my booty bigger, Kim K style. Want to make them so and so jealous, and so you got it. And
There you go.
and definitely she has a larger booty on the back there.
Yeah.
So what's happened here is that she's looking for a little bigger back end. This one person on social media, and so our troll here has made it look about the size of a weather balloon. So it's pretty funny if you get a chance to look at this.
That's pretty good.
This whole article has some pretty interesting things. I'll link to this.
I assume
And-
she wanted longer legs.
Yeah, there's stuff.
There's some,
Okay.
some pretty interesting pictures on
There
this.
is. You could just look at this all day.
Oh, I
so.
like that.
Yeah,
The guy
uh-huh.
with
He says, can you give me some abs so I can get the girls? And so,
somebody took a picture and it looked like they taped it to his shirt. It
Yep.
looked like he had abs.
anyway, funny stuff on Photoshop
Oh,
there
cute.
from those folks. So that's always fun. I always like to see those when somebody's asked, made a serious plea for frivolous retouching, and they get what they asked for in a
You
a
got to be
different way.
careful.
Yeah. All right, Rhonda,
Okay.
you're up next.
I'm up next. All right. So the next one is, this is called a Rotolight. It's a NEO.
I think I talked about these while you were on vacation.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought this was very cool.
So
You
this
know?
Rotolight NEO is an LED light that you can stick onto your camera or your video camera,
Right?
and it has all these LEDs in it. And actually,
It looks pretty doggone spiffy.
and this
And-
one is the one you're looking at. Does this have it's got the different color LEDs, so you can set it to color balance for daylight or for
Yes.
tungsten.
Yes. It has a variable
blend with
digital
those.
color dial. Yeah. For about $400. But like I said, we've always said it's about the light.
It is $400.
$400, yeah. Right
Okay,
there.
I thought the LEDs were supposed to get cheaper.
Well, not
They
this
get more
one.
Pricey.
Not this one. It says it's 1,077 lux at a 3-foot distance.
Yeah, what we need to do is we need to figure out, we got to get to translate lux or lumens into usable photographic numbers. I don't have a clue what that means. It was like, how can you compare? It's like trying to compare Intel processors anymore.
That's
true.
true.
They're just meaningless numbers they throw out at you. But we'll get a lumen meter or a lux meter, and we'll try to make sense of this. I think that would be like a whole website on its own.
I like
know.
this. So 6 AA batteries providing up to 5 hours of continuous use.
Yeah, but is that at full brightness?
Or 3 hours at 100%.
Oh, okay. So 3 hours. But still, they're very energy efficient.
Exactly, for 6 AA batteries.
Yeah.
I mean, really. Really. Yeah, if you need light, I like it. And you know me, I have all the little light things.
All right, here's an interesting, well, this is kind of frivolous again, but since we're having that kind of a day, this is from our friends at Petapixel, why you need to know your subject as a stock photographer. And we're going to take a look at one of their pages here. And so if you see this image, all right, so they're showing an image from Shutterstock that was sourced from Shutterstock. This is a stock photo. And this is a person holding a soldering iron.
Excuse me.
This is a person holding a soldering iron on a circuit board. It looks like a PC board, so they would be repairing a computer board. So I don't know. Have you ever used a soldering iron, Rhonda?
Oh, no.
Am I keeping you awake, Rhonda?
Sorry. No.
Okay, so if you've never used a soldering iron,
I've seen one used before, but I've never used one
then
myself.
you wouldn't get what's wrong with this image. And the image is that they are holding the soldering iron in such a way that if you actually did this, you would seriously burn yourself. Okay, that is the hot part of the iron.
Oh, you're right.
You're supposed to hold your hand up on the cool part on the top.
They're holding it actually on the iron part.
Yeah. So therefore, if you're trying to sell this image as a photographer,
Probably not going to work.
who's going to buy this image? Probably somebody that's aware of a soldering iron or maybe this kind of technology. Anyway, this could have a whole big backfire thing. If you were a designer and you bought this image to use in a publication, any tech people, they'd be going like, well, clearly that person has no clue what they're doing at all. It's completely silly. All right. I just wanted to make fun of that image. Thank you, Petapixel, for pointing that out. That's too bad.
That is funny.
As someone that actually has burned themselves with a soldering iron
By touching the metal.
accidentally and not in such a careless way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
And
you got to laugh.
This is your fault. You said frivolous, so I put up frivolous.
Rhonda's, here we are. This is the frivolous episode.
This is the frivolous episode. This is the Star Wars Chewbacca camera strap.
What?
Everyone needs.
Does it come with your own Chewbacca?
No, you don't.
Which
get
is
the
a Star
Chewbacca.
Wars character, which is a Wookiee?
You don't get the Chewbacca, but the camera strap.
Okay, so this is like if you look at Chewbacca, which is the big furry guy in the Star Wars films, he always wears a bandolier.
Right, and that's what it looks like.
Yeah, which is does his bandolier, does it have like shotgun shells in it, or which is is the original reason people wore bandoliers, right? To carry ammo.
It has metal, but I don't think it. I think it's just
it's a future, so it wouldn't be
right.
shotgun.
It
shells.
didn't look like. Yeah, it just looks like little pieces of metal.
Okay, so but in any case, this strap, which is a messenger style strap, has a pattern on it, which similar to the. Can you zoom in? You scroll down and zoom in? Does it have a picture?
Yeah.
The pattern looks like Chewbacca's.
It looks like Chewbacca.
Camera strap.
Yeah.
And this is from ThinkGeek.com.
Yeah,
ThinkGeek.
Well, yeah, and if you want to go, you
can. $15, so that's cheap.
Yeah, $15. It's not bad. So if you want the matching camera bag, there you go. For $49, you can have the band.
Okay, yeah, I'm not.
So you can,
I don't know. Does this interest you? Because I'm not feeling it.
No, but you wanted to look at frivolous stuff. That's what we're talking frivolous. I looked at this and I thought, now there you go. That is frivolous.
I'm good with some frivolous stuff. I mean, I'm not drawing the line there because it's frivolous, but I'm just not. I'm not getting this. I'm like, how many people are going to wear this and somebody's going to go, that is Chewbacca's messenger style.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, the kids would love it.
I don't know. I'm not feeling this.
You're not feeling it?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what to think on that. Huh? Okay, Rhonda, thanks for bringing that up. That was.
It was his fault. He started the frivolous.
That was pretty pretty exciting. Yeah,
it was.
I like that.
It was. It was like woo.
Okay.
It was another woo.
Well, that's pretty cool that you got on the. We'll look forward to seeing that.
See, he's already forgotten it. Yeah, it's
Game
okay.
And Fish, your
and he's talking about
YouTube
me
video.
yawning. He's done gone to sleep in between.
No, I'm trying to multitask, which is completely impossible. I'm trying to look on what's coming up next year on this. We're running out of time. But we have time for one more thing. Okay, one more thing. And so I'm going to go ahead and just jump ahead with this because this is something I've been trying to get in here
All right,
for the last
hurry
3
up.
weeks. Okay.
Do it.
So this is something called Holi Powder or Holi
What?
Powder. Yep. Holi Powder, I think, because
Is
there is a
this fall under the frivolous stuff?
no, this is photo props stuff.
Okay.
And you can get this from Amazon.com, and it's HOLI. If you type in HOLI, you get these powders that I think are made from cornstarch, but they're brightly colored. And there is there's an event that happens, a celebration in India, I believe, where they get this powder and they throw it around. They throw it on each other, and so it's it's in bright blues and reds and turquoise and you can get, here's a 25-pound box of pink for $98, or you can get assortments. Kids can play with it. It's non-toxic. I wouldn't soak my camera in it because it's probably, the dust is going to not be good for it. But nonetheless, with a little precaution and maybe a plastic bag around your camera, this could make some really, really interesting studio pictures. You could take, or outdoor pictures. And children's parties, I guess this is quite an exciting thing for that. But the photographic opportunity, and I've seen some pictures with this. I don't have any up here to show you right now. But where people throw this powder around, and when you light it up with studio lights and a dark background, it's very it really is very bright and colored and can make some interesting effects. So Holi Powder.
Then I get to thinking about cleaning it up.
Well, yeah, you'd want to do it in a place where, but it is, it's like, think of cornstarch. So if you're throwing that around, you could vacuum it up with a shop vac or whatever. Or you could just do it outside and then just hose it down and it goes away. So here's a set for like $52. There's a 10-pack of a pound of each, red, yellow, navy blue, green, orange, purple, pink, magenta, true blue, aquamarine. You read some of the reviews on this stuff, and people that have used it for parties and whatnot, usually the main complaint is they didn't buy enough.
Really?
Yeah. They're like, my kids had so much fun with this. And if you're shooting birthday parties, you want to take for your family or friends and you have this would be some great photo opportunities. I think this looks like a lot of fun to try out if you have kids, or if you just want to do some kind of special effects in the studio or otherwise. Even outside at night, kind of light this up with the flash unit from the back side to make it glow. This could be fun.
I was just envisioning you all in purple there.
Well, we could get a sample pack of this and try it next week in the studio.
Okay.
Throw it all over the place and see,
you're going to be in so much trouble.
See how video equipment handles it. All right, that's all we got.
And then that will be the end of our podcast because Jay's wife will kill him.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that will be the end.
That's probably why we're not going to do it.
We will be having funeral.
We're not doing that
Podcast.
Yeah. All right, so everybody, this is what time it is. It's just we're over again. We just talked and we can't shut up.
Just say adios.
Yep. So everybody, have a wonderful week. We will talk to you the same time next week. Next week.
That's right.
So be there or be square.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
You've been listening to the Cool Photo Tools podcast. Sign up for our mailing list at coolphototools.com. Got a question? Send an email or MP3 audio file to info@coolphototools.com. Thanks for listening.